let's just move on further towards the new topic, which is nothing but called as the measure of central tendency. So as we are all done with the graphical representations in which we have represented the data into the formation of a bar graph, into the formation of a frequency polygon in the histogram, and in many other ways as well. So the question arises over here that is it necessary for us to always study all the data to make sense of it, or either we can just create or consider any certain representative of the data which can represent the whole data. So this is the question that arises after the graphical representations of the data. So this is the way, or we can say this topic will give us a way to find out a certain representative of the data which is only required to represent the data. Means we do not have to go further, we do not have to go for the frequency distribution, bar graphs and histograms. We will now choose a certain type of the representative of the data, and this thing can only be happen with the help of the measure of the central tendency. So let's just see how we can able to find out the certain representatives of the data. So let us suppose if I'm just taking an example for it, and there are two children, Harry and Mary, and they have scored a certain type of a score in a particular test in which they have 5 questions and each question was exactly of 10 marks. So if I'm just looking at the score of the Harry in the 5 questions, so he has his scores as 4, 7, 10, 10 and 10. These are the scores that are out of 10 marks, means each question was actually of 10 marks. And in the similar manner, the score of the Mary in the 5 questions was like 10, 8, 9, 8 and 7. So they just wanted to see whose performance is much better than the other person. So we can say Harry actually suggested a way through which they can able to see whose performance is better in this test. So they actually find out the average score, their average score in this test, and when they find the average score of Harry, that was coming out to be is equal to 8.4. As we know how we can able to find the average score, it is nothing but sum of all the scores divided by the total number of the questions that they had. So the sum of all the scores was 42 and the number of the questions was 5. So 42 by 5 is nothing but the average score, which is coming out to be 8.4, and the average score of Mary was coming out to be equal to 8.2. So this average score actually represent that Harry performed much better than that of the Mary, but Mary was not convinced at all. She do not believe in this average score at all. So she suggested another kind of a way. So she actually arranged this data in an ascending order. So let us suppose if Mary is arranging all the scores in an ascending order, so she look out for the middlemost value over here. She look out for the middlemost value as the representative. So as you can see over here, the middlemost score of Harry is coming out to be is equal to 10. This is the middlemost score, and the middlemost score of Mary was coming out to be is equal to 8. It is coming out to be is equal to 8. This is the middlemost score. It is coming out to be is equal to, this is the middlemost, and it is coming out to be is equal to 10. This is coming out to be is equal to 10, and this is coming out to be is equal to 8. It means this thing showed again that Harry again performed better than that of the Mary, because the Mary score is coming out to be 8 and Harry's score is coming out to be 10. But again Mary was not convinced by her experiment at all. So Harry suggested a way again. He said that as you can see in his score, 10 is actually coming 3 times. 10 is the number which is most often, means coming 3 times in his test, but in case of Mary, 10 is only coming 1 times. 10 is only coming 1 times. It means that he scored 10 out of 10 in the 3 question, but she scored 10 marks in only 1 question. So Harry suggested since score 10 is more often or frequent in his score, so he performed better. So he performed better. So he performed better. So these are the three ways through which they try to settle out whose score is much better than each other. So what are these three experiments? Let's just give them a name. That what are these experiments? So let's just see the three ways that are adopted by Harry and Mary to see whose performance is better. So first of all, the average score that Harry used or found is nothing but called as the mean. So mean is one of the measure of the central tendency, and further the middle score that Mary was using is called as the median, and the third, the most often scored mark that Harry was using is nothing but called as the mod. So we have three measure of central tendency that we are going to do in this particular topic. The first one is nothing but called as the mean, the second one is the median, and the third one is nothing but called as the mod. So let's just start with the very first topic, which is nothing but the mean. So we are talking about the mean of the ungrouped data over here. So the mean or the average of a number of observation is the sum of the values of all the observation divided by the total number of observation. So whenever we are just looking for the mean of any particular number of observations, so it is nothing but just like same as that of the average, means sum of all the observation divided by the total number of the observation. This is nothing but the definition of the mean and the formula of the mean, and it is denoted by the symbol x bar. So it is read as x bar. There is a x and there is a bar on it, and a mean of the ungrouped data is always represented by x bar. So let us suppose if we are just talking about if x1 x2 so goes on xn are n number of observations, if they are nothing but the n number of observation, and we just wanted to find out their mean. So the mean x bar should be represented as the sum of all the observation, means x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus so goes on plus xn divided by the total number of the observation. So mean is always represented by x bar, which is equal to sum of all observation divided by the total number of the observation, as n are the total number of observations over here. Moreover, we can write this thing into the formation of a sigma, where sigma is a symbol of summation. As you can see, we can also represent this x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus so goes on plus xn into the formation of sigma xi, where I is lying from 1 to n divided by n. Why we are writing I is lying from 1 to n? Because we have taken a symbol xi, and as you can see over here, we are taking the symbol xi over here, and since we know that we are starting with x1, x2 and we are going till xn, means we are starting with 1 and going till n. So that's why we are giving it a limit as I is from 1 to n divided by n. So this is nothing but a new symbol that we have over here. So sigma is a symbol which is nothing for a summation. So whenever we are just writing sigma of xi, it means we are talking about sum of the x1, x2, x3 so goes on xn. So always remember both of these representations are actually is equal to each other. So this is nothing but the way through which we can able to find the mean of any number of observation. But let us suppose if we are just talking about their frequencies as well. Let us suppose we have also given the frequencies of these number of observations. So what can we do in that case? Let's just see how we can able to find that. So mean of the ungrouped data, again we are talking about if f1, f2, f3 and fn are the respective frequencies of the observation x1, x2 and so goes on xn, then x bar is nothing but sum of all the observation divided by the total number of the observation. And now over here the sum of the observations are nothing but a sum of the product of the observations and their frequency. What does it mean? We have to multiply the respective frequency with the observation, and then we have to add them with the other frequencies and the observation. What does it mean? It means this is nothing but a sum. This is nothing but a sum of fi xi, means we have to multiply each fi xi together and then we have to take their sum. So this is nothing but sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi denoting the sum of all the frequencies over here. So this is nothing but the total number of observation. So always remember, whenever we have the frequencies, respective frequencies of the observation, so for that case we will always find the mean x bar as nothing but sigma fi xi, where sigma denotes a symbol of sum, that is summation, sigma fi xi divided by sigma sigma fi. This is nothing but called as the mean of the ungrouped data. Always remember, whenever we are just finding out the mean for any n number of observation, for that case we'll always take x bar is equal to sigma xi divided by the number of observation, that is n. But in case if their respective frequencies are also given to us, for that case we'll take the mean x bar as nothing but sigma fi xi divided by sigma fi. So this is nothing but called as the mean of the ungrouped data. Now let's just move on further towards the median. So what can we say about the median of the ungrouped data? So we definitely knew from the experiment that Mary and Harry did that median is nothing but called as the middlemost value of the observation. So let's just see what is the definition of the median. Median is that value of the given number of observation which divides it exactly into two parts. That particular value is nothing but called as the median. So arrange the data either in ascending or the descending order first. So this is the very first rule to find out the median, that either we have to arrange the data in an ascending order or either we have to arrange the data in a descending order. So let's just see a particular experiment over here. Let us suppose if I'm just talking about this experiment first. Now let's just count the number of the peoples over here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. It means we have odd number of peoples over here, and for the odd numbers of the people I'm taking 6 towards the left, I'm taking 6 towards the right, and the middle person and the middlemost person is nothing but called as the median. In case the number of the peoples are odd, so I'm taking the median, I'm taking 6 towards the left, I'm taking 6 towards the right, and then I'm just picking out the middlemost person over here, which is nothing but called as the median. But in case the number of the peoples are even, now as you can see over here, for this case the number of the peoples are actually even. For this case, always remember the middlemost two persons we have over here, and their mean is nothing but called as the median. Always remember, in case of the even number of the observation, we'll always have to take the mean of the middlemost two observations. So the median is nothing but their mean. The median is always their mean. So from this experiment, what we can conclude, let's just see what we can conclude. We can conclude that when the number of the observations n are even, then the median is the mean of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th observation. So always remember, in order to find out the median, first of all we'll have to arrange the data in the ascending or the descending order, and then we'll have to look out for the number of the observation, whether they are even and whether they are odd. And if the number of observation, that is n, are even, then the median is nothing but the mean of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th observation. And in case the number of observations are odd, then the median is nothing but n plus 1 by 2th observation. Now let's just see how we can apply this in a particular example. Let us suppose if I'm just taking an example and it says find the median of the heights in centimeter of 9 students of a class as follows. So first of all, I do have to arrange it in an ascending order or either a descending order. So I'm just arranging it in an ascending order. Let us suppose if I'm just looking out for the smallest value over here. So as you can see, the smallest is nothing but 144. So let us suppose we are just starting the solution of it and we are arranging it in the ascending order first. Let's just arrange it in an ascending order. So its ascending order is nothing but 144. After 144 we have 145. After 144 we have 145, and then we have 147, and then we have 148. After that we have 147, then we have 148, then we have 149 and 150. Then we have 149, then we have 150, and then we have 152, then we have 152, then we have 155, and then we have 160. So since the number of the students are all given to us, that is nothing but 9. So let's just confirm it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So since n means the number of the students, the number of the students which is representing n is given to us as 9, which is definitely nothing but odd. So in case of the odd, what is the median? Median is the n plus 1 by 2th observation. So median is nothing but is equal to n plus 1 by 2th observation. So this is nothing but, let's just plug in the value. This is 9 plus 1 by 2th observation, which is 10 by 2. 10 by 2 means 5th observation. So let's just look out for the 5th observation over here. So if I'm just looking at the 5th observation, so this is nothing but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So hence this is nothing but called as the median, which is nothing but 149. So hence 5th observation is nothing but 149. It means that the median of the heights of the 9 students of a class is nothing but is equal to 149. And in case if they are even, so for that case we just have to look out for the mean of the n by 2 and n by 2 plus 1th observation in the same manner. But always remember that the very first step to find out the median is all about either arranging the data in the ascending order or in the descending order. So this is the way how we can able to find out the median of the ungrouped data. Now let's just see the mod of the ungrouped data. So what is the mod of the ungrouped data? It is actually the value of the observation which occur most frequently. That is an observation with the maximum frequency. It is nothing but called as the mod of the ungrouped data. So let us suppose if we'll just have an example and it says find the mod of the following marks out of 10 which is obtained by 10 students. So let us suppose if I'm just writing down the solution of this one. So always remember whenever we just have to find out what is the mod of the given data. So it is good for us to arrange this data first of all in an ascending order. So let us suppose if I'm first of all arranging it in an ascending order, in order to see which data is actually occurring most frequently. So let us suppose if I'm just starting with the lower value, as we have the lower value as 2 over here. So let's just see how many times we have 2. We only have 1 times 2. So this is 2 and further we are going for 3. So 3 is actually coming 1 time and further we have 3 over here again. So we have 3 coming 2 times. So we have 3 comma 3. Further look out for 4. We have 4 1 times. We have 4 which is 2 times and then we have 4 which is 3 times. So 4 comma 4 comma 4 we have. Further just look out for 5. So we have 5 1 time. Further we have 5 2 times. Further we have 5. No, we have only 5 2 times. So we have 5 2 times. Let's just look out for 6. We have a 6 that is 1 time. So further we have 6 2 times. Further we have 6 that is nothing but 3 times. So 6 is coming 3 times. 1, 2 and 3. Let's just look out for 7. So 7 is coming how many times? Let's just see. 1, 2 and further we have 3. 1, 2 and 3. So 7 is also coming how many times? 3 times. Now let's just talk about 9. As you can see we have 9, 1, 2, 1, 2, further we have 9 coming 3 times and we have this 9 as 4. So it means 9 is actually coming 4 times. So 9, 9, 9 and 9 and let's just see 10. 10 is coming 2 times as you can see over here. So 10 is coming 2 times. So this is all clear from this particular observation that the 9 is actually the digit which is actually coming or most frequently, means you can see 9 is coming 4 times as compare 4 times. It is coming out 4 times and which is more often than any other observation over here, because 6 is coming 3 times, 5 is 2, 4 is 3, 3 is 2 and 10 is 2. So 9 is the one which is actually occurring most frequently. It implies that the mod of the data is nothing but is equal to 9. The mod of the data is nothing but is equal to 9. So this is the way how we can able to find out the mod of the ungrouped data.